How we doing? Lions, talk to me. We juicing? Good morning, Lions. How we doing?
Previously on Kimba TV.
I thought you were telling me to put blind limits in, man. I'm red and along right now, man. What the fuck? Ah! I have no idea what I'm doing, but I saw a box and I just put blind limits in. I'm gonna blame you though.
So you have to decide if you want to take that or if you want to take that. And you have to give yourself a little bit of buffer room because you do not want to be the guy that gets stopped out at single print.
How we doing? All right, YouTube highlights from yesterday are up. Nothing has really changed. Shout outs to the market makers for staying in the fib the whole night. Get nasty, you heard. I'm splurging a little bit too much. I'm spoiling myself a little bit too much. We juiced the fuck up. So I'm like, it's all right. The markets aren't going to do anything. Let me sleep in a little bit more. So I've been spoiling myself, splurging on a little bit of extra sleep. But probably need to snap out of that. That being said, I am getting away with it. Markets are just kind of fibbing and doing nothing. So Martian says, oh shit, 68.4 is my stop loss. No way. That would be my entry. Well, I'm glad that we're talking about it, Marion. I would assume that there's going to be a lot of stop losses to be hunted in this box right here. So do you remember yesterday when we talked about a swing fail? The fact that we got rejected around the golden pocket and it's doing this is actually kind of bulla. Okay? This is not good. So that's unfinished. Okay? So the high is not looking the best. That looks like it could get swept. Yeah, and now that we've spent a little bit of time here, I think this is valid. So I think you're still looking at either like a 71.2 scalp short, or like a 69 sweep. And I could see it coming all the way to like that maybe. Yeah, but make sure you guys are prepared. Make sure you have your levels to the upside, levels to the downside. So if it does do this, or if it does this, you don't have to be asking me, hey, Kimba, should I enter? You know? Hey Blade just gifted a sub to Andre. Let's go. Rem, let's go.
One thing my trainer.
Hey Blade, what's going on?
What did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
Tofu says I'm still in short from 71K because of the failed auction. Nice. RPM, what's going on? Swap Beezy, Andre, Shadow Dancer. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? So like we talked about yesterday, swing fail pattern is still up in consideration. You could clean this too. I could see like if it holds that. But in general, it's just retail arena, so. Triple J says, Kimba, are you still in the long from the bottom? I want you to get caught up on the highlights, Triple J. It's going to start to get to a point, Triple J, where me just answering that flat out is actually going to start fucking you, Triple J. So what I want you to do, Triple J, and actually yesterday I probably said this phrase the most yesterday, but I'm doing the plan that I set forth about 2 weeks ago, Triple J. And so theoretically, if you don't know if I'm still in my long or not, theoretically, you haven't been able to grasp my higher time frame plan that I've had 2 weeks ago. So I want you to get caught up. That way, you'll know exactly where I'm going to be hedge shorting, where my TPs are, etc., etc. Chat, would that be fair to say? At this point, I think if you're still asking me if my long is still open, you are not understanding my bigger plan, and I would want you to get caught up on that. Alrighty, and I really want you to understand like how we play this, okay? You do realize that these lines I've had for a while, and the plan was try to do a hedge short here, try to do a hedge short here, try to do a hedge short here, okay? I'm going to not close my longs. When I got filled live here, I already told you what my TP was. And I said, I'm going to protect my longs, so I am going to attempt hedge shorts here and here. I will never let my hedge shorts go red. Alrighty? So definitely get caught up on the plan, Triple J. And like I said yesterday, about 40, 50 times, I haven't changed my plan for like 2 weeks. We got filled live right here. As it was pumping up, I said, hey man, watch out for a golden pocket pullback. All right, we shaved a little bit there, shaved a little bit there. We realized about 600K, Triple J. I don't know if you were here for the live TP. Okay. I don't know if you were here for the live TP. And yes, my longs are still open. The only long that will probably get closed pretty soon is my S&P long, because BingX stopped supporting traditional markets. And they're asking me to hurry up and close the thing. Lola Kui says, when would you consider the OI going up good for price? If at the same time big longs are getting open. If price is going up and open interest is going up, that's bullish, because longs are opening. If you see that shorts are opening and longs are opening, then what you need to do is look at OI delta and see what the OI delta is doing. Hayato-san says, where would you try a new hedge short? Well, did you get the recap from earlier? So the same levels that we talked about just now. So that looks interesting, the 71.2 to 71.4. And then obviously, if you want to play this, whether it's the 0.5 or the 70,700, it kind of depends on what your subconscious bias is, brother, and how aggressive you are. So just like how I put together like the most bullish, the second most bullish, the third most bullish scenario, there's a very bearish, semi-bearish, not that bearish scenario. Which one do you want to chase? And then obviously Hayato, like a lot of people are watching this, right? So your daily open, this is all from yesterday. So if you're caught up on the highlights from yesterday, it's pretty much the same as last night. Your daily open is below the value area low, so you have a full rotation. So you just pop through the value area low. It got rejected at the PDEQ. So a lot of people are going to be thinking dink, 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 stink. But since a lot of retail might be trying to put blind limits in, okay, then you might actually get the failed auction. So it would be, so what you would want to think about longing this has to be a long squeeze. Because a lot of people, if enough people are going to put like blind limits in here, the stop loss is going to be behind here. So it just depends on you. If you start to see a bunch of dum-dums like get filled blind, it might need to come back again, in which case you want to see longs getting squeezed. This is good. You want longs getting squeezed. And then it would be worthy of taking like another stab at it, stop loss below those lows or below that low, or it kind of depends on what you think is going to happen. And what the open interest is here. They may need to sweep this. This is actually not that bad. So that would be ideal. And then all the longs get stopped out there if it's not going to do this. If the bullish buying power isn't strong enough here. And then S&P, of course, is getting nasty with it. You know what I'm saying? Zen says, give me that long. Zen, hold on a second. Zen, first things first. You should hopefully already be able to tell me on what time frame or what volume you can see, or you are going to front run, or you can pre-anticipate some sort of CVD RSI bull div. Okay? Are you watching open interest like me? Are longs getting squeezed? Okay, I shouldn't have said that. Do you know what you want to happen for you to be able to fade it? Do not just put random long limits in and get wrecked because it's going to shit on your face. This is, it's completely acceptable to miss out on a trade if you're not sure. It is completely unacceptable to just randomly throw away money. Okay, this is not a casino. Okay? Contrary to what Sato has told you, this is not a casino. Okay? And you don't necessarily need to be the motherfucker that walks first down the hallway, of a zombie-infested house. You can take a trident. Alrighty, you can get that bull div if you want to be patient. Hell, you could wait for structure to change, have it make a local higher high on the 30-minute, and then take the Fibonacci retracement. It is totally fine to be on the sidelines or, get left at the train station. Do not get ran over by a bunch of stampeding zebras, lions. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Let's go, baby. Kind of a slow day, but it is definitely testing our patience and definitely testing our math. Monday, U.S. markets are closed. Yes, sir. Memorial Day weekend, man. Shout outs to everybody that served. NVIDIA in 23 minutes. Yeah, I mean, oh my God. Lions. Holy fuck. 30-minute candle close. First swing failure pattern. While we Latuche up, let me go side to side on well, we don't need to go side to side. I'm sure everybody has a biddy chart. All right, 22, by the way, shout outs to us talking about us, not just me, us, talking about, hey, maybe during motherfucking Macaulay is when they sweep, right? 22 minutes until Macaulay, quit playing with me. I don't want to miss the daily candle close either, so I have to decide if I want to I want to kick it with you guys late night, so that means I'm probably going to go work out
after Macaulay Culkin hour. I kind of wish I didn't, but then the longer that I push it, the later and later it's going to get. So I'll kick it for 52 more minutes, and then I'll dip out after Macaulay, and then I'll try to rush back for daily candle close. But for the most part, let me know if you guys have any questions, but, the 69 sweep was one of the first things we talked about, so. Ooh! Math! Mas! Mas! Oh, hell no. Mas! It's over. Woo! Look at Agger, how smooth that is. Oh my God. I'm telling you, y'all. Hey, and just like that, they grabbed all the single prints, y'all.
I said, are you strong? They said, I'm strong if you strong. I said, we strong then.
I swear to motherfucking God. Should I go work out now? I'll wait for the 30-minute candle close. I guess I'm going to start changing. What the fuck, market makers? Shit. Single prints are all grabbed. The first 30-minute candle has not formed yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But the math is once again the goddamn math. Could you show eggs though? That's a great question because you want to see if longs got squeezed.
Latuche, motherfucker, the math is the math.
All right, so, in 15 minutes, it's gonna form. The second one will confirm, and then that's when I'm gonna go to the gym.
Let's get it, Kimber was
So some of you guys can already probably see it, but you would do something like this. Okay, so it's actually the trident is going to be a zone. So you're going to go like this. You're going to magnetize that low to that low. There you go. So something like yeah. So you guys should be good for the next 3-4 hours, in my opinion. And that's just like the bullish side, right? Bearish would be losing that. But I'm glad that we, prepared and talked about it beforehand. And shout outs to everybody that was here since the morning, man. The talking about the 68.9 sweep, we talked about that since Monday, right? We talked about that since Monday, but as we've been getting closer and closer, Tuesday, earlier this morning. So all right, so the work begins now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, some of y'all are going to be pulling fibs. Some of y'all are going to be trying to get in. Some of you guys are looking for invalidation, right? Some of the shorters are like, what the fuck was that? Some longers were like, oh my God, that was so quick. What the fuck? Hey, Lions, you know what's really dope though? Being like, wait a minute, CME already swept. It might sweep during Macaulay. That's sick. So gold pocket, you didn't spend any time below. So there you go. You had a swing fail. You had a swing fail structure. All you had to do was this. Depending on, because of your trident play, maybe you, instead of going bottom heavy, you just went, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe you did 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 this time. Anyways, if you are filled, you have now breached, depending on which way that, if you are super broke ass and you need to protect your capital, you should put your stop loss at break even now. But for most of the lions that understand what is going on, what does the book say? When do you put your stop loss at break even, chat? When do you put your stop loss at break even, chat? There you go. That one, right? So once you make a higher high, whatever your entry is, you can put your stop loss now. And, just because you're not in a position doesn't mean that you can't juice. So, admittedly, this was a pretty hard long to get in. So if you had like blind limits goofily set, that's awesome. I don't think you should do that all the time. But the real takeaway was this. And I think even on some exchanges it went to 75786, didn't it? Like maybe MEXC, you might have gotten fulfilled on MEXC or something. I don't know. I think some exchanges went to 75786. But the stop loss is a lower low, so you get filled on that. Were you here, Unforgiven? After recent lessons during stream, that's wonderful, brother. Were you here when I was trying to talk about how ideally, if we can, we don't breach that yet. We make a lower high, but we do a fib retrace, which we did pixel perfect. And then from that bounce, we try to penetrate the higher high. Okay, awesome. And I'm a little bit blinded by the fact that I want to try to get you back in. So it would be interesting to see what kind of reaction you get off of that. And it might look like a swing fail, but you would be interested to maybe see if that gets turned back into support. And you would that would be like a stop loss. You might be able to use that as a stop loss, but I think a lot of people would, therefore that might get hunted. But something like this, and then 73. But it's a lot easier to take that fucker. It's a lot easier to take that fucker than that one, right? But man, oh man, do I want you to juice. Don't chase anything. There's always going to be another one, brother. So let's not rush it, okay? And if you do try to take something like that, obviously you're not going to go all in or anything. Roger that. I'm sure there's always going to be another juicy one tomorrow. So there's theoretically, if you don't really care about being hyper aggressive, there's always going to be levels, clear levels. I hope you can see them too, that are going to get turned into support. Shit that was support before got turned into resistance. So shit that was resistance before is eventually going to get turned into support at some point. So these could be potential longs if you don't mind, missing out on that run. There's always an opportunity for, comebacks, pullbacks. You can always go lower. And there's no pressure to make a higher low until the higher high is made. So that is still possible And these are still possible until bulls can breach that. So you might have, I don't know what time zone you're in, Unforgiven, but if you're going to be up, you know, you might have an opportunity. It's always going to come down to the data. Unforgiven says, yeah, I was thinking about it since it's the value area low right here. If you want, screenshot this. The value area low is actually right now. So it's 69480, something like that. The daily open is 69188. I don't know if you want to screenshot this. You shouldn't be getting married into a long bias. You would not want this to come back that many times. The more times that you go back, it gets weaker. So if this swing fail doesn't happen, yeah, could there be a swing fail of a swing fail? But that would be no bueno. 68.5 after we've done all of this, I don't know if I would long that anymore. Yeah, do you remember when I was talking about if this 69 swing fail doesn't work, that the 67.2, that bullish retest of that zone would be the next area that I would be interested in taking a shot at? So for me to take a stab at like something like this, one, I would have to be awake. This is not something that I'm going to set an alarm for and then be woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning to take. But I would have to be awake for it. It would have to be like a bullish structure. Hopefully from this point to this point, it's a CVD or an RSI div, or at least from here to here, it's a recognizable divergence. Hopefully S&P isn't nuking. It's above Gex flip. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Real K says, yes, I'm waiting for that 67. That's a really good one too. Conceptually, that's a really simpler one. You don't get bullish on the penetration. You get bullish on the retest. Yeah, this looks good. All right, do your best. Stay safe. I'm going to miss you guys, man. Happy Wednesday. I'll see you guys early tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace, everybody. I'm putting the musical control back. Don't worry. Good, right? Music is back. All right. Love you guys. You just said. Have a great night. Peace, everybody.